Hi, and welcome to another edition of Lee's Thoughts. And today we have another free product, and this is a paid review. Vendor sent me a great product today. It is the BT780 Battery Analyzer by Foxwell. And this thing is awesome, guys. This is just like you are a mechanic in the garage. You can test your own batteries to see if they are charging well, what the current battery capacity is, what it has charged to, if your alternator is charging well, if you've got a bad cell. It does the whole works. It is just like getting your battery tested at your local garage, and it can tell you exactly what is right or what is wrong with your battery. Let's put it to the test, shall we? What we have is the Foxwell complete battery tester. So let's take a peek at what's inside this guy, shall we? Before we put it to good use. And I have read all the instructions, and you know what? The instructions. And if you've watched any of my videos, I like to slam companies that don't put good instructions in there. Instructions are very good on this. So, I mean, for a non-techie, I'm a techie, but if you're a non-techie person, you could still use this. You could use this. It's a step-by-step instruction on how to test your battery with this tester. And how about that case? Let's just talk about that for a second. If you wanted to give this to, let's say, a husband, for Father's Day coming up, or a birthday present. You know, he's a motorhead, or just a guy who likes to work in the garage, or somebody that you know, or a mechanic for that matter, who needs another part for his, artillery, his arsenal. This would be, look at this case. It's a hard shell case. Comes in a nice case like this. Comes with its own paper, and there's the device itself. I mean, this is official stuff, folks, and the instructions are really, really good. So let's set this thing up and get to testing, shall we? Which is nice too. Now, the first thing I'm seeing here is there's already paper installed. How convenient is that? So we don't have to even do that step. Clamps here. Now, there is an instruction in the manual that says if you want to get the latest software updates, you can hook up to your laptop and get the latest firmware and software updates. It does say that it is ready to go right out of the box, so I am not going to do that. So the first thing you do is you got to plug this in, and there's just a little notch here. See the notch? Put that notch right in there where the notch is here, and screw that in. Definitely not made for people with large fingers. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat. But I got it done. So put that in there. There are lots of ways to do this. They do say make sure you get your terminals pretty cleaned off. Mine are pretty clean, so I'm not going to worry about it. I keep my terminals pretty clean. So just as I'm jumping a car, I'm going to start with the negative terminal. It does say, however, and I always do this, and probably you always do it too if you ever jump in a car, move that thing around so you get nice clean contact with the battery, because you're trying to test the battery, so you want a really nice clean contact. All right. Okay. Same thing over here. Let's get this on this thing. And as soon as you hook it up to power, it starts up. It tells me right away that I have 12.32 volts. Go to the menu, and we're going to go to battery test, enter, and we're just going to pick a tech. I mean, if this was working in a garage or something like that, you could put different tech's names there, but I'm just going to put tech 1. And we are going to be out of vehicle. You could actually test this in vehicle, like in with a cigarette lighter or somewhere where there is power. I'm just going to push, we are out of the vehicle. It is going to be a regular test. Top, it gives you the option of either whether it's top posts or side posts on your battery. We are top post. We are a regular battery. Well, let's go back to that. Regular, or it could be an AGM or a gel battery, which is really cool too if you have an RV or something that has gel batteries. I say that because I am a full-time RVer. CCA, it depends on what standard you want to measure it by. Japanese standard, SAE standard. CCA, cold cranking amps, is good for me. And then you have to read on your battery what it says your cold cranking amp should be. and mine should be 575. And you just take that right off the label down here. It's just right underneath my battery clamp. 575, and I'm going to enter that. Battery serial number, I'm not going to put that in there for this. It's testing. All right, so it says good, but recharge. So my volts are 12.33, measured 511 cold cranking amps. The rating is 575. So it does say good recharge. My volts are 12.33, measured 511, rating is 5.75 amps. And if we go down, my resistance is 7.1 across the battery. Statement of health is my battery is at 75%. So, you know, in the future I'll have to look at replacing it, but it's still at 75% of health. And statement of charge, it's 66% charged. And my battery type is regular. Now we go on to the next test, and it says start the engine. So I'm going to do that. And then we're going to press the enter button. Yep. As you see, it's testing my alternator. So there we go. No load, we had 13.97. Loaded, we had 13.58. Ripple, we had 114. That gives you a little glimpse of that. After that, what you can do, you can go back. And then we can go view or print and enter. Just push the print button. And it gives you a printout of all of the tests you just ran that you could easily bring to your dealer if you wanted to, or keep in your glove box for warranty purposes. So, folks, I would say, if you're the kind of person who likes to work on your own car, or if you know somebody who likes to work on their own car, go out and get them the Foxwell BT780 battery analyzer. This thing checks everything. And how many times have you been stuck out on the road with a bad battery? This would preempt that. You could check your battery health and know where it's at. You can check this every 2 or 3 months on your battery and know, hey, you know what? I need to save some money for a battery coming up. And just replace it before it goes bad this time. How many times does it happen? Summer hits and July hits and all of a sudden, oh, battery craps out. Well, this time you would know. Go out and get your Foxwell battery analyzer today.